even when my first term wasn't 1. Okay, do you remember the very first step that I need to do whenever I factor?
See what's in common.
What's in common? So let's look, 10, 35, and 30. What's in common with 10, 35, and 30? 5. So let's factor out a 5. So when I factor out that 5, what does this leave me with?
2y squared
Okay, keep going.
minus 7y
Okay.
plus 6.
So then now, I notice still that my squared term here isn't 1. So do we remember now our next step? Multiply 2 and 6. So 2 factors of
6.
12 that
Add up to negative
add up to 7. What are those 2 factors of 12 that add up to 7?
6 and 4. 3 and 4.
3 and 4. How do you get a negative 7 from 3 and 4?
Both negative.
Both negative. And so then now, do we remember what our next step was to do?
Like write it out. So it's like 2y.
So tell me.
2y squared.
Okay.
Minus 3y.
Yep.
Minus 4y.
Yep.
Plus 6.
Okay. So remember, all I did then is I wrote it out, so I've got 4 terms. What do I do now anytime I have 4 terms? I group them. Okay. Since that's a negative 4, remember we include that in the grouping as well. What can I take out from the first bunch?
1y.
A y. What does that leave me with? 2.
2y.
Yep. Minus 3. What can you take out from the negative 4 and the 6?
2.
Be careful.
Negative 2.
Negative 2, because this needs to be a, yep, 2y, and then what?
Minus.
Minus 3. Okay, so last but not least, I noticed that my 2y minus 3's match up. So that is one factor. What's my other factor?
Y minus.
Yep. And then what else?
And then you have to have a
5.
5. Oh, the 5's at the end.
Well, you can put it, sorry, I'll put it here at the front.
Okay.
Okay, so real quick, I want you to go ahead and get down this next problem. Is Brady here?
Pardon?
Is Brady here?
No.
So I say, I can go first and then I can do it. Because, I got about 2 more problems. Thanks. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at this problem. What's different? It equals 0. Okay, so then now, what do I need to do then? Is there anything in common with the 2, 9, and 9?
No.
No. So then I look here. Do I have a 1?
Yep. Oh, no.
No, it's a 2, so I have to do first times last.
18.
2 factors of 18 that add up to 9. What are those 2 factors of 18 that add up to 9? 6 and 3. Very good. Okay. So then now tell me what I need to write.
2x squared
Yep.
plus 6y plus 3y plus 9.
Okay. Very good. So remember, all we're doing is rewriting that middle term using those 2 numbers that we found. So now let's go ahead and group those by 2's. What can you take out of the first bunch?
2.
2x. Okay, for some reason I wrote, we'll change that back to y. There we go. Okay, so 2x, what am I left with?
X plus 3.
X plus 3. What can you take out of the second?
3.
And I'm left with?
X plus 3.
X plus 3, very good. So then now, you notice that your x plus 3's match up. So one of your factors is x plus 3. Your other factor is?
2x plus 3.
Now, we're not done because of the equal to 0. So let's review. What do we do when we have something equal 0?
Do like x plus 3 equals 0 or
Okay.
2x plus 3.
X plus 3 equals 0 or 2x plus 3 equals 0. So then now we need to each solve those equations. What will my first one here be? Subtract 3, very good. So x equals negative 3. So that's your first solution. Okay. What What do you do on the next one?
Minus 3.
Subtract 3, good. So I get 2x to equal what?
Negative 3.
-3. And then what do I do now?
Divide by 2.
Divide by 2. So what does x equal? -3/2. Okay, think you can handle that? Let's look at one more. Okay, I want you to go ahead and try doing that one on your own. Okay, so first of all, you can't take anything out. So you're doing 2 factors of 24 that add to 10. Now remember, these are numbers that you haven't put positives or negatives with. So your 2 answers should actually be 6 and 4. Okay, we don't use 12 and 2 because they add to 14. So then now if you go ahead and put signs, you should get both negative. And so 3x squared minus 6x minus 4x plus 8. Now remember again, you can put those in a different order. So you could have had the -4 and the -6 switched. Your steps are just going to be a little different than mine, but you'll still get the same answer. Okay, what can you take out from the first bunch? 3x, and so then I get x minus 2. From the second bunch, remember we need to get an x minus 2, so I'm going to take out a -4. Okay, and so my 2 factors should be x minus 2, and my other one should be 3x minus 4. So my 2 solutions, which I saw a lot of you have, 2 and 4/3 should be your other answer. Okay? So now that's what you need to do to finish up this section. I've got an additional about 8 problems for you to do. So go ahead and add these to what I gave you yesterday. Okay, not 8, it looks like it's about 6 instead. So I need you to go ahead and add 23 through 28. Okay, so just add 23 through 28 for tomorrow.